Shalom, beloved family. It's your girl Sophia Spiritualite, and we're here for our daily prayer and reading. Of course, we meet every day at Thamur and Sassor. We say a prayer, we read a psalm, and then we do a 3-card reading just to see what messages we can get from the Most High and the angels. So, as a forewarning, this is my second recording of this video because my first video had absolutely no sound. So this video is going to be much shorter because I don't have to shuffle the cards. I still have them out. I'm just going to, we're going to say our prayer. We're going to read our psalm. I'm going to flip the cards. We're going to go through the same order, but I'm not going to have to shuffle the cards because I already did that. I already said the prayer over them. I already said everything. It was something that I said in that video that I was not supposed to say, obviously, and therefore I will make sure I do not repeat that. So, no, I was supposed to say it. We'll see when I get to that part if I'm going to say it or not. But without further ado, let's get started. All praise, all glory, and all honor go to the Most High, the King of kings and the Lord of lords, the great I am, loving kindness, the God of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, David, Enoch, Moses, Noah, and Solomon. Thank you for allowing us to labor in the vineyard another day. We ask permission to speak with the angels for just a few moments so that we can get a message that will help us be of better service to you and to the kingdom. When we enter herein with all humility, let God the Almighty One enter into this place by the entrance of an eternal happiness, of a divine prosperity, of a perfect joy, of an abundant charity, and of an eternal salutation. Let all the demons fly from this place, especially those who are opposed unto this work. And let the angels of peace assist and protect this place, from which let discord and strife fly and depart. Magnify and extend upon us, O Lord, thy most holy name, and bless our conversation and our assembly. Sanctify, O Lord our God, our humble entry herein, thou blessed and holy one of the eternal ages. Selah. To the Holy Mother, we thank you for being with us. We thank you for guiding us. We thank you for walking with us down the path of life. O Divine Mother, illumine me with divine wisdom. Vivify me with divine life and purify me with divine love, that in all I think and say and do, I may be more and more thy child. We acknowledge our older, wiser brother Yahushua and the perfect example he set over how to climb the tree of life and conquer the tree of death. And to the angels, to our personal guardian angels, to the archangels, to the council of 9, to the council of 12, to the council of 24, to the 24 elders, to the 42-letter name of the Most High, to the 72-letter name of the Most High, to the council of 144,000, to the 216 angels on the tree of life, and the entire administration angels and the angels whose names we know and the ones whose names we do not know. We ask that you come and be with us for just a few moments. Give us a message that will allow us to be of better service to the Most High and to the kingdom. All right, let's read Psalm 51. Have mercy upon me, O God, according to thy loving kindness, according unto the multitude of thy tender mercies, blot out my transgressions. Wash me thoroughly from mine iniquity and cleanse me from my sin. For I acknowledge my transgressions, and my sin is ever before me. Against thee, thee only have I sinned, and done this evil in thy sight, that thou mightest be justified when thou speakest, and be clear when thou judgest. Behold, I was shapen in iniquity, and in sin did my mother conceive me. Behold, thou desirest truth in the inward parts, and in the hidden part thou shalt make me to know wisdom. Purge me with hyssop, and I shall be clean. Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow. Make me to hear joy and gladness, that the bones which thou hast broken may rejoice. Hide thy face from my sins, and blot out all mine iniquities. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. Cast me not away from thy presence, and take not thy Holy Spirit from me. Restore unto me the joy of thy salvation, and uphold me with thy free spirit. Then will I teach transgressors thy ways, and sinners shall be converted unto thee. Deliver me from blood guiltiness, O God, thou God of my salvation, and my tongue shall sing aloud of the righteousness. O Lord, open thou my lips, and my mouth shall show forth thy praise, for thou desirest not sacrifice, else would I give it. Thou delightest not in burnt offering. The sacrifices of God are a broken Spirit, a broken and contrite heart, O God, thou wilt not despise. Do good in thy good pleasure unto Zion. Build thou the walls of Jerusalem. Then shalt thou be pleased with the sacrifices of righteousness, with burnt offering and whole burnt offering. Then shalt thou offer bullocks upon thine altar. Selah. All right, as you can see here, we have our, this is not what I meant to do. Okay. We have our daytime deck here. This is our Tarot of Light deck, and you can see we already have our cards out. So, again, the Tarot of Light deck is a really good deck for beginners, and it's a very light and fun and interesting deck. So if you're interested, we do have this available on the website, fruitsandspirit.com. Of course, you can go there, and if you sign up for the email list, you'll get 10% off of the upcoming 10% off of all your physical orders and $5 off upcoming course. So that's there. And what I was doing, and then I just realized it wasn't that I'm not supposed to share it. I need to go into detail. I have a few extra minutes. So when I hold my cards, typically I hold them in the right hand. You don't want to deal with the left side. So I hold my cards typically in my right hand, and I hold them over my heart. Because in your heart is the vortex. So if you think about how the chakra system works, right? The energy comes in from the top. So your life spirit comes in from the top energetically. It goes through the chambers of the heart, converts it, and then pumps it back out as blood. So your heart is actually not one pump but two. It's the one that's pumping in, and then it's the vortex that's bringing it in, and then it's the vortex that's putting it out, like the bottom of the vortex. So for example, if you guys didn't know this, there's actually an aurora borealis on the top of the planet, and there's also one on the bottom of the planet, because this shape, here we go, this is the shape of the heart, right? And it sits in a cube in our body at a 33-degree angle, so like this. And so is that 30? It's I'm not supposed to say this. I mean, not supposed to say it. The enemy does not want me to say this. So when the when the blood comes in, so it sits in a cube in your heart. The shape around this is a cube, so it fits directly into the bottom corner of a cube. So I don't have something that I could use. All right. So it sits in the corner of our heart like this, because the scaffolding around our heart and it's entirely is a cube. But this is only one half of it, because it's kind of like two. So this is the expanded half, and then on the other side directly attached to it is the collapsed part. So when you expand it out, it looks like this too, but it's inverted. So like, I can't describe what inverted means, but it's the inverted shape of this. And so when the energy comes in, it comes in into here, the open part on the bottom, obviously, which is a triangle shape, equilateral triangle. It comes in through this part, filters through the chambers, and as you can see, there are seven, one, two, three parts on this bottom part, and then one, two, three, or four sides on this bottom part. One, two, three, four. These are the four chambers of our heart that we currently have access to. One, two, three, four. But we really have seven chambers in our heart, which would include these three on the top. One, two, three. So when this sits in our heart, I'll go on about this for a few more minutes, but so when this sits in our heart, this side is, obviously one side is open. It forms the heart shape. The point of the matter is it actually forms the heart shape. And then another thing about this is when you spin it, spin, it actually makes the geometry of a bell. So you can't really see it unless you marked all the points and made it in a circle. But the shape of the heart, this expanded shape of the heart, because remember, the heart is like got two big chambers. One is expanded, and then the other one is collapsed, but it's the same shape, just inverted. When you spin this, it makes the shape of the bell. So that's why, like, if you hear the spirit and you ring the bell, you're acknowledging the heart, your heart, really, because this shape comes from this shape. So, and this shape was created way after this. Like, don't think that, this was created like some, no, the gentleman who, he doesn't call it discovering, he doesn't call it inventing, he calls it discovering. The gentleman who discovered this was not that long ago. This was like 2000 or something like that, 2003 something. It wasn't like 100,000 years ago. It was not that long ago that it was discovered or rediscovered, because you know how these Gentiles are. They lie about everything. Anyway, so the point of the matter is, sit in your heart like this. The spirit comes in, whooshes through the chambers you have access to. Of course, all of these chambers are basically unused. Um, uh, Goes across to the other side. I'm not a heart doctor or anything, so I can't explain it with the proper terms, but goes across to the other side and whooshes out through like the bottom part of the collapsed side, and pumps the blood through your body. So your heart is not a pump, it's a vortex, and the vortex is taking energy from, looks like the part that takes the energy in looks like this, sits in your body at this 33-degree angle. So y'all all know what 33, what that means. A lot of these things have significance, and remember, this thing has 7 sides, and right now we only have access to these 4 chambers of our heart, but there's 3 whole chambers of our heart we don't even have access to, and I bet you didn't even know we had until I just told you that the heart has 7 chambers, at least. That's what we can be certain of, knowing that all the research has already been done by heart doctors and everything else with this particular shape. So if you have heart issues, which a lot of us have, healing our ancestors, working with this particular shape would be useful. And I will have some products with this shape on it coming not too distant future. So this has been the shape, this geometry has inspired me for like the last 5 years. So and like you can see my pictures back here, this one in the corner, this flower of life, this shape, when you look at it from the top, forms the Star of David. This is this shape inside the flower of life, and this is the whole shape, the whole top view superimposed over the flower of life, which has the Star of David in it. And then this one over here is actually, is it the same shape? It's the 7. Yeah, it's the same shape, but it shows you the relation of the moon to the core of the earth, and also all those color lines are also the current lines, and the the core, the currents. Oh, and it also shows you how to do the ancient mystery of squaring the circle from the inside out, because they always tried to square the circle from the outside, but you're actually supposed to square the circle from the inside. And when you do, it fits perfectly, and it also happens to line up with the shape of the earth, the shape of the moon. A whole bunch of other stuff is encoded in that I can't possibly explain, but anyway, that was a good venture into sacred geometry. So let's take a look here at our cards, which we already have. As I explained, I pre-recorded this video. I'm re-recording the video, so I already pulled the cards, and I want to honor the spirit, the cards that we were already given. So let me go here. All right, so first we have the divine order. And so, well, no, that's this one. Our next card is the Awakening, and the Awakening, this card is actually the same card we had in the future position last night. So this is moving along very well. And then our last card is the Four Hearts, which is Depression. And, that's just saying, if you don't follow the divine order and you don't honor the awakening, you will be depressed. There's no getting around it. So let me go ahead and let's read about these cards. Let's start with the number 11. And we all know what 11 is. All right, the divine order, which is equilibrium. It is not the nature of the universe to judge what is wrong or right. The universe seeks harmony and constantly shifts into balance so that she can fulfill her potential. The divine order shifts your footing, so you must look at every aspect of your life from fresh perspectives in order to restore your balance. Step back and weigh up all the sides. Keep shifting your viewpoint until you feel centered, and only then make a decision. You can heal a situation by balancing the negatives with the positives. An imbalance can be reconciled through a loving response. You are being asked not to take something personally, but to step outside of the situation and see the bigger picture. All things come from love. The scales are finding a way to return to balance, a return to love. And this correlates with justice, which is balance, honor, good intentions, and advice. And what I was saying about this before is that when you have a thought in your head, like I've been studying metaphysics since I was 18. So, because it's impossible to do network marketing without metaphysics. They go hand in hand. And I've been in network marketing literally since I was 18. So, when there's a thought in your head, that is not your thought. It does not belong to you. I would say almost it belongs to the other fellow or one of his minions. They're just assigned to, rapidly have your brain chatter, 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 chatter. That's the monkey mind, right? And so I learned a long time ago that the thoughts in my head are not my own. So most of the time what I do, and I'm not saying that this is perfect because really you should have a different, I could be doing this differently, right? But I just been doing this so long, this is just what I do. I sort the thoughts that I have. And if I say, I look at the thought from an outside perspective and I say, that's an interesting thought. And if it's a thought I want to have, I'm like, okay, I have this thought. And if it's a thought I don't want to have, then I'm like, that's not my thought. I don't know what that is, just throw that away. But I don't put any emotion into it. I just pick the thoughts that I want, and the thoughts that I don't want, I don't pick. It's like almost like they're going along conveyor belt. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that I Love Lucy, where you have she's at the bonbon factory and the chocolates are going along the conveyor belt, and then all of a sudden she's putting all the chocolates in her mouth. Yeah, that's what you're not supposed to do. As the thoughts, which are the bonbons. This is a much better theory association that I used earlier. As the thoughts go down the conveyor belt, you say, okay, I'll have this one. Okay, I'll have that one. Those don't look so appealing. Just let them go. Somebody else can have those. I'll just take the ones that I want. And as you condition yourself to only take the thoughts that you want, you clear out a lot of that negative thinking, because people always say, you got to change your negative thinking, but they don't tell you how to do it. This is how you do it. You use the equilibrium, you use the divine order, you use justice to balance out your thoughts, and you pick the ones you want to have, and then the ones you don't want to have, you don't pick. But when I get upset, what I do is I just set a time limit on it. I'm like, okay, if I'm going to be upset about something, I've got, depending on what it is, I give myself just a time limit. Like, it's either going to be a couple hours, it's going to be a day. Usually it's a day. I don't need, you can't lose more than a day in this type of stuff. So, back here. Usually I give myself a day, and at the end of the day, when I go to sleep, I'm going to wake up. I'm not bringing that weight, that whatever it is, into my next day. And even if I discuss it, I can discuss it with no emotion. The problem with me is that due to my sign, my planetary arrangement, people think when I address something without emotion that I'm not upset. It's just that I'm not going to put emotion into. A lot of people mistake my regular non-emotional voice for like being upset. I mean, everybody, not just everybody. They mistake, if I'm talking like this, they think I'm upset. They mistake this for an actual upset voice, because if I was actually upset, I would I would sound upset. But they take this nonchalant voice that I have, and they assume everyone assumes that I'm upset. And I'm like, I'm not upset. This is my non-emotion voice. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not putting any emotion into this. I'm an emotional person, and therefore my voice sounds like this, but this voice does not mean I'm emotional. It just means that it means I'm not emotional. I'm not putting any emotion into something one way or another. I'm naturally a passionate person. So I always talk with a passionate undertone, just like the Italians with the hands. Like, that's how I talk. And so they mistake my passion for upset or anger, when it's not upset or anger, it's just passion, which is a totally different thing. So anyway, the point of the matter of that story is, identify the thoughts that you want to keep, cherry pick them off the line. The ones that you don't want, leave them on the line. And so what all of these healings and activations will do is will be the canceling the things out of your energy field, remove some of the unnecessary. So a lot of people have too many thoughts. I don't really have a lot of thoughts. Like, I'm thinking, I'm concentrating on something, but I don't have like a lot of wild random observations. It's not that I don't see things, it's that I don't like put any energy into it. So like, I have a photographic memory, so I can pretty much remember boom, 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 what was there, but I don't put that on the conveyor belt of my mind. I just store that in a file somewhere. Like I said, I've been doing this for a long time. This is just a natural process to me. And so it's something that you can train yourself to do, but the first thing you have to be able to do is, again, only cherry pick off the conveyor belt in your mind, the thoughts that you want. The thoughts that you don't want, don't toss them onto the floor. Just let them go and don't engage. And that's the easiest way to get rid of your demon. The other fellow that I know is by just, now I see a box. Whenever he gets to run in his mouth, you just be like, oh, all right. And that's it. And just keep moving. You know what I mean? Like, way too many people give this guy way too much credit, and they wonder why this is happening and that is happening. It's like, dude, like, you're picking every thought off the conveyor belt in your mind, and you're taking it as your thought. It's not your thought. Like, only the thoughts that you choose are yours. The ones that you do not choose are not yours. They're for someone else to pick up. And so that's one way that the demons torment people too, is that they just put all these thoughts in their mind, and they haven't developed, even the ones who have developed the discipline of cherry picking their thoughts, they haven't developed it in regards to spiritual matters. They developed it in regards to other things. Again, this is why it's important to, like the next card is going to tell you, to be of one mind. 20, the awakening, emergence. Awaken to a full blend of your physical and spiritual self. All that has been missing is you. The awakening acknowledges a complete union and alignment with yourself. The physical and spiritual have merged into one. Until now, you have been holding back in a situation. You have been looking at something or someone with your physical eyes. However, your inner eye is awakening, and you are now seeing from a renewed, loving perspective. Your physical eyes see conditionally. Your spiritual eyes see unconditionally. Bring all three eyes together for a fully balanced view. You have seen what is possible, fought beyond the fear and limitation. It is time to put your whole self forward. And this correlates with judgment, which is atonement, rejuvenation, promotion, desire for immortality. Again, this is exactly what I was saying. When you have a thought, it's not necessarily your thought. And when you combine your physical with your spiritual, you're able to understand when you have an experience, it also may not be your experience, because you have to deal with a lot of stuff from past incarnations, from your ancestors, all different kinds of things coming in. So every experience you have is not your experience. It could be an experience from someone else. It could be for someone else. It could be anything, but you only pick the experiences that you want. So I'm really good at this. I really try to only remember the things that I like, and the things I don't like, I don't even think about. They just don't exist. They just don't exist, and then people are like, oh, or like stuff that, even like I was talking before about, sometimes I see stuff and I can't like unsee it. I can unsee it. It just give me a little bit of time, and it'll become a non-see, but once I bring it in through my eyes, then my demons or whatever are able to bring it back up to me. But a lot of times I'll be like, I don't remember seeing that at all. Or like people, I don't remember this person at all. Like even people that like I used to talk to, I see them, I don't even remember them. I remember their face. I'll get a flash of their face, like, oh, I know that person from somewhere. But outside of that, like once you're gone, you're erased, like completely from my life, like you never existed. And as far as I know, you cease to exist. And I do that, like I, I can do that with anything. That's how I process things, and it's not because I want to be mean or anything. It's just I want to release that person to whatever it is they have to do next. Like they need to be unreleased from me because I don't want to deal with them, and let them deal with whoever it is, that's coming next. Like I don't have to. I'm under no obligation to hold on to people who have caused me pain, and so as a result, hey, it's time for you to go. Your time is up. Your time is up. I don't know what to tell you. You had an opportunity, and I'm pretty fair, in the way that I conduct myself. But when your time is up, your time is up, son. You got to go. And I do that. I've had to do that with friends too, because I've had people who just literally take advantage of me or lie or whatever it is all the time, and they just don't want to deal with the reality of you got to deal with your thoughts. You got to get your thoughts in order. You have to be choosy with your thoughts. And if you can't be choosy with your thoughts and choose thoughts that are in your best interest, I'm not really sure what I'm here for, because that's sort of my thing, is relaying this information. And anyway, so oh, and this correlates with judgment. Like I said, we got judgment yesterday, which is atonement, rejuvenation, promotion, desire for immortality. So let's go ahead to the last card, because I went on way too long about the first part. Now I'm dragging this out. So looking outward, and this goes right in with everything I've been saying. Looking outward for happiness will cause compromise and bring disappointment. Look within. Happiness is a way of being. The Four of Hearts whispers through the midst of emotion. There's trouble seeing beyond the negative aspects of life. You're choosing all the wrong bonbons. Done. Son, certain experiences from the recent past are weighing heavily on the present. You're blaming yourself or another or an outside situation for your current situation. Nothing has gone wrong. There's a bigger loving picture beyond your view. Focus on one thing that is going well in your life. Open your heart and vision to other strengths in your life and add them to your gratitude list. In little ways, every moment is gently moving you away from pain and toward happiness. You are stronger than you know. Change is closer than you think. Four of Cups, it correlates with the Four of Cups, which is weariness, stationary period, aversion, and structure. Again, this is building the structure for what you have to operate in the future. You have to be able to, again, cherry pick the thoughts that you want, the ones that aren't yours, then don't pick them. And then if you get into a situation like you're upset or whatever, and you're just picking all the thoughts that come through, that's fine. Set a time period on it, and then you have to go through this release process. So, for me, it's sleep. It's so easy to go to sleep and release everything into my sleep. And when I wake up, I don't, if I even remember what happened, I'm just like, this is not really a big deal. And I keep the good things that I learned from the day before, and I leave the bad things. So if you have a problem with that, you will have insomnia. You'll have all kinds of sleep disorders, or when you sleep, you'll have poor sleep. It's because you're bringing, like, some people who have like problems with like, cuts and scrapes and stuff like that when they sleep, it's because they're literally fighting themselves in their sleep. Sometimes you're fighting spirits, and I'm not discounting that, but a lot of times you're fighting yourself in your sleep because you're fighting yourself over that situation that you're not letting go. You're bringing it with you, and that can really like cause you to go into a depression. And so if you do have a number of depression issues, then you definitely want to think about ways you can work on that with the techniques and skills that I've mentioned here. So I'm going to let you see these cards for a second. I've already written them down, of course, but I'll take a sip of water. Oh, Father, All right, and then we're going to do the blessing of the Sephiroth. I still went the same amount of time. This is crazy. I've been wanting to talk about the heart, but it's so complicated. I needed a few extra minutes to get through it. So let's do the blessing of the Sephiroth. Blessed be the light beyond all being. Forever blessed be the mighty one. Keter. Blessed be the breathing of origination. Forever blessed be the mighty one. Chokma. Blessed be eternal wisdom. Forever blessed be the mighty one. Bina. Blessed be omniscient understanding. Forever blessed be the mighty one. Chesed. Blessed be perpetual compassion. Forever blessed be the mighty one. Gevora. Blessed be almighty justice. Forever blessed be the mighty one. Tiferet. Blessed be transcendent beauty. Forever blessed be the mighty one. Netzach. Blessed be unceasing victory. Forever blessed be the mighty one. Had. Blessed be surpassing glory. Forever blessed be the mighty one. Yesod. Blessed be infallible foundation. Forever blessed be the mighty one. Malchut. Blessed be all life throughout the kingdom. Forever blessed be the mighty one. All praise, all glory, and all honor go to the Most High, the King of kings and the Lord of lords, the great I am, loving kindness, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We thank you for allowing us to speak with the angels for a few moments. We would like to report that they have given us a message that is clear and fulfills the covenant, and we would like that to be noted to their records. To the Holy Mother, we thank you for always being with us. We acknowledge our older, wiser brother Yahushua and his perfect example. And of course, to all the spirits who are here with us, we thank you for all of your hard work. We have let the Most High know that you fulfilled the covenant. And therefore, we would like to you to know that we appreciate all of your hard work and your service to us and to the kingdom. Let God be praised in the beginning and the end. Who supplicates him, he will neither despise nor refuse. God above us, God before us, God possessing all things. May the Father of heaven grant us a portion of mercy. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Lo Olam Vayed. Blessed be the name of his glorious kingdom throughout eternity. Ha Rashaman Hu Yashazir Lanu Avodat Biet Ha Migdash Limkoma Bimhira Biyamanu Omen 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 and Selah. May the merciful one restore unto us the service of his holy temple to its place speedily and in our days. Amen, 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 and Selah. To the spirits who are here with us, you're invited to go in peace. To my beloved viewers, you're invited to be at peace. And always remember, the Most High is your peace. Shalom, everyone. We'll see you for the reading tonight at Sesor.